Hey Ridgeview, this is Mr. Ross. Today you guys are going to be taking a very important survey, and as always we need you to take it absolutely seriously. But before you begin, I have a few of your peers and teachers who wanted to share some insights with you as you consider how you're going to answer the questions that are on this survey. So take a listen to see what they have to say.
It's important to participate in class, but more importantly, it's important to be present in class, both physically and answering questions when those questions are being asked, and also asking the teacher questions for clarity.
Well, when I face challenging learning activities in the classroom, rather than just calling things back from memorizing them, I think back into my past thinking processes and different things that can help me to solve issues in class and do things like process of elimination and really use critical thinking skills to figure out what I need to do.
My most challenging learning activities would probably come from my more advanced classes, as they were more hands-on and exam practice that really got me prepared for success in the standardized tests and in my future work in those classes.
And for me, moving into more rigorous classes, just memorizing the information wouldn't help me succeed, but having to dive deep into the information helped me instead.
When teachers change their instructional methods, I have to adapt. And so I understand that I'm going to have to adapt in the fall because not all professors teach the same. And so in order to adapt, I have to think outside of the box and think of different ways that I can still grasp the information and still succeed.
It is really important for students to participate in extracurricular activities because it gives them an opportunity to express themselves outside of the normal classroom setting, as well as make connections with their peers and sometimes their teachers who may serve as the sponsors of those organizations and just deepen their connections with each other.
I participate in extracurricular activities to gain a more in-depth connection with both teachers, students, and the school as a whole.
I think that technology impacts student learning by enhancing what students can do in the classroom and outside of the classroom. Students can create things, communicate with others, collaborate with others, and it helps them to think critically.
School rules are important because it helps lead to more order, and which helps us concentrate more on classwork and make us more successful.
I also think that school rules help keep the student body as a whole more safe.
School rules are important because they make sure that students are successful. They maximize the amount of time that they have and they limit distractions, so we limit the amount of negative outcome.
I believe that though they can be challenging to follow, school rules are in place to maximize the success that we can experience as students and make the environment more beneficial for our learning.
School rules are important because they set us up for long-term success.
In order to better understand challenging lessons inside the classroom, I have to make sure that I do work outside of the classroom.
Yeah, and just like Caleb said, you have to allot time outside of the classroom to do this work because you can't just forget about it after the 6-hour school day that we have.
I definitely think that our classes help us prepare for the workforce due to the fact that we need to respect our peers, get our work done and be on time, because that will help translate what we do in school in the workforce.
So the way that I prepare for a test is that I usually study daily and I look over notes and I put some of those into questions and put them on Quizlet to study, and those can turn into like tests on there.
How I study depends on the test. For tests I may be a little bit more comfortable with, I just look at old assignments and old videos that we've had from that unit. But for the more difficult tests, like Ishi said, I may use another third-party outlet such as Quizlet or find some review sheets offline, things of that nature.
It starts with understanding your content, then you've got to plan out how you're going to study. So you got to take good notes, organize good notes, and then you've got to set aside time, so that's where your time management skills. Like for example, with me, I had practice, so at 5 o'clock I had practice, 4:30, 5 o'clock around that time. And after that, I have to set aside a time, like maybe before dinner or after dinner, time to study.
When I struggle with a lesson, I first go to my teacher and let them know how I'm doing and ask them if they could help me, and then sit down with them and my classmates and see how they could help me understand the lesson more.
Well, no matter the content, there are always specific skills and knowledge that a student must acquire in each lesson, and also show some sort of mastery. But not only be able to apply these skills inside the classroom, but also learning how to assess the situation from outside the classroom and apply these skills that they learn.
And I agree, Mr. Bridges. I think kids need to understand how to, communicate with each other and be able to apply what they learn in the classroom outside into the real world. Ultimately, kids should, apply those skills into a real world setting.
Classroom activities are fun and they help me correlate what's going on in the world.
Okay, so classroom activities help me in the learning process because it motivates me to do better in the class, especially when you have competitive games like Gym Kit or Kahoot, where you compete with fellow classmates. And so if I get a question wrong and they get it right, it motivates me to study harder in the class.
I love when students are giving their opinions in class. I care about what students think and I want to hear what they have to say.
I love it when students voice their opinions in class.
And also it's valuable information that so you can see that that your opinion could be similar or different than what your peers are. No matter what, it's still valuable.
At the end of each school day, I feel exhausted and tired because of how much work and effort I put into my classes, taking notes, listening to the lessons, and then when I go home after the school day, I am putting what I learned into my schoolwork, like homework and studying for tests.
So for me, I definitely pride myself on having a positive relationship with all students. I really get joy from knowing that students feel that they can come to me about anything.
My students, I'm whatever they need me to be. If they need me in some way, shape, or form, I feel like I'm an extension of their family, and students can come and see me with whatever they need.
I believe that we both have a very similar view of how we interact and how we teach our students.
Yeah, we both hold very high expectations for our students, but at the same time we try to be very gentle and caring with them as well. We are strict.
But we love you.
I'm a little biased as a student activities director, but I definitely feel that students enjoy extracurricular activities and getting involved in clubs and organizations and different groups that allow them to grow outside of the traditional educational setting.
When I think about like the schoolwork that I am doing now, I really start to realize how it sets me up for success in my future.
School success means rising to the expectations of my peers, my teachers, and the Ridgeview school community.
School success, what it means to me is taking our 4A's to the next level.
School success means to me achieving expectations that you have set for yourself.
And to me, achieving success or being successful means that not only do you have high expectations for yourself, but you put a good plan in place and you make sure that you go to the people that can help you support those goals that you set for yourself.
So what school success means to me is being the best version of yourself that you can be.
School success means not just meeting but exceeding the demands of my parents, teachers, and administrators.
All right, guys, so I'm back. I hope you gained some valuable insight from your peers as well as your teachers. The survey shouldn't take too long. I wish you the absolute best of luck as you answer these questions. And as always, myself as well as the rest of our administrators are here for you should you need us. Have a great day, ladies.